Well, alright, welcome to the channel. Thanks for clicking on this video. We are outside an undisclosed location in the Bridgeport area of Chicago, right off I-55. We're going to take a tour today of the Post-Punk Industrial Museum, run by Mr. Martin Atkins. You may know Martin Atkins from drumming, such bands as p.i.l, Ministry, and Pigface, of course. And I'm not going to film and video a lot in there. I want to enjoy the tour, but I'll show you a few of the highlights, and let's go in. Okay, I'm finally here at the Industrial and Post-Punk Museum located in Chicago and set up by Mr. Martin Atkins. After getting signed in, our intimate group of 4 set off on this 3-hour guided tour by Martin, looking at all these great artifacts. We started off on his time with Public Image Limited and their appearance on American Bandstand. The tour was very laid back, so we were able to ask any questions we wanted to and enjoy a great conversation with Martin throughout the entire time. We went very slow as to make sure we were seeing all the cool artifacts in every display. Here's a display of some very early promotional material and demo tapes from 9 Inch Nails. One could argue Trent and his band are the biggest stars that have come out of the industrial scene. Next to it, some Ministry items, my favorite band from that scene. So I was happy to look at the various flyers and set lists, all cool stuff. Here's the original studio tapes for one of my favorite Ministry songs, Burning Inside. Here's a skull that would sit on L's mic stand that was lost and now recovered. Here's a rare tour book. Just tons of things you'll only see here at this museum. Check out the banner from a New Year's Eve show at the Metro featuring the Revolting Cocks. Speaking of New Year's Eve, 1990 going into 1991, New Year's Eve poster for a show with My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, with some new little band called Smashing Pumpkins opening up. Here's a gown that John Lydon wore. An industrial museum would not be complete with a section for Canada's own Skinny Puppy. Many can argue the strong influence they had on Trent and 9 Inch Nails.
So that piece alone, that's Ministry tape.
After looking at some backstage passes, it was time to use the bathroom. And even in here it was an adventure for the senses. Look at all this cool stuff. From there we found ourselves in a recording room where Martin played for us very rare tracks and alternative takes from bands like 9 Inch Nails and Ministry. We probably spent close to an hour down here and I loved every second of it. Rest in peace, Steve Albini. Going back up to the main floor, we got to sit and chat some more as I admired his collection of signed boots. Here's a pair from Shirley Manson of Garbage. I bought some things at the shop, had a few items signed, and took more photos. And even handed over a Pigface promo poster that I had from many years ago to add to this vast collection. And of course, since I was in Bridgeport, there was one stop I had to make. Chicago is one of the best cities for food, hands down.
It's so good.
So yeah, it was a great time. Put Sasha on the ground here. So great time I had there. It was I think $45 for the 3-hour tour. Plus I got to get this p.i.l album signed by Martin Atkins that he plays on. So yeah, well worth it. You get the chat. It's very informal. So it's just like coming over to the fun house here and just looking at all my crap. But it's a lot cooler stuff at the museum. I would describe myself as a casual fan of industrial music. So even for the casual fan, I think it's well worth the chance, to check it out. I think if you're into that music a lot, for sure, it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's amazing. Every display, is little passes or concert stubs. So there's no way that the camera eye can really catch all that you're going to be able to see, because you really have to look at every display item, with the human eye and check everything out. And he does not hurry you around whatsoever. You can take as much time as you want. Obviously, it's got to fit within that 3-hour time limit, but I felt like it was plenty of time to enjoy the museum and to chat with him and all that stuff. Everything has pros and cons. I'd say the only cons or things that probably would be cool to improve is, and he even said himself that perhaps he may change around how it's displayed and do eras. So this is kind of late 70s, this would be 80s, this would be 90s, so on and so forth. Currently it's kind of grouped up by the group. Each group kind of has their own little area-ish. He says he's got tons more stuff that he'd love to display as soon as he clears out some more room. And the only thing I would add is, for myself being a casual fan, perhaps a display on the history of industrial music, like how it all kind of started, who was the first. I don't know if people say the band Coil or something was the first, but for the casual fan like me, it'd be cool. But for sure, if you're part of, or we're part of the Chicago club scene and all that, you're going to see a lot of, you can see a cool Exit jacket, stuff from Neo. It's just totally, yeah, 100%. So I went, I'll probably go again in about a year. I'll just wait till we switch some more stuff out or something, or rearrange his stuff. I mean, there's no way I probably saw it all. There's so much stuff. So yeah, at the store I bought this. It's a museum t-shirt. Pretty cool design there with the Ziggy Stardust design, really cool. Bought a Killing Joke CD. He's got LPs and CDs for sale. He's written a few books, so I got Martin Atkins' You're Fucked in the Music Business, which couldn't be more true. Got that book. Like I said, I brought a little pig face. It was like a fold out little promo poster I got because I used to review music around that time, early 90s. I might send him some more stuff if he's interested. He's got such cool stuff. I mean, I mean, old concert shirts, flyers for shows, promo material that you're never going to see anywhere. Like, here's a tape, the first tape that this is how this song formed. Oh, it's crazy. But I don't know if he'd be interested to put it on display. He probably has this, like a Neo card from the club Neo. Here's a little newspaper article. Here's the thing from Exit when the Effigies, great punk band, played on New Year's Eve. So yeah, just a few like flyers. Here's one for a show at Flotsam Jets playing Medusa's, which was a great all-age show. Another pig face promo thing I got. So another thing on Helmet. He had a few things from Helmet too, which is awesome. So yeah, I might send him a picture of that and say, hey, are you interested in any of that? Stuff that I would keep here for my own post-punk industrial museum, because I love the Funhouse. I went to Wax Trax Music Store, and he's got some cool stuff from that store as well. And I went, Chris Connolly was working. I just saw the Revolting Cocks, the Mentors and Skate Dig show at the Riv. And like a week later, I went to Wax Trax, and there Chris Connolly was working from Revolting Cocks. I'm like, what are you singing? Aren't you a big rock star? But these guys weren't getting paid very much. They had other jobs. And at the store, I think Al Jorgensen was like upstairs in like the stockroom area. It was kind of funny. I'm like, wow, all these people are here. But they had stickers for the artists on Wax Trax at the time. So it's really cool sticker sheet. That's going to stay here, of course. I have an early promo. It's probably, I don't know, 92. Like I said, my band, my favorite band from the industrial scene, Ministry. And I also found this card. It's from a Exit Club, a legendary club here in Chicago. It's an old drinking card of the Exit Club. I was not a big drinker, but I went there to listen to the smooth tunes and look at girls and dance. So yeah, other things that I have, I figured I'd keep this video a little shorter. This is Wax Trax, the first 13 years black box CD set. If you ever see this is really cool. You got all the early Wax Trax stuff. Of course, talking about Wax Trax. If you haven't seen this already, I don't know how you could miss it. Industrial Accident, Wax Trax Records. A film looking at the history of the album label, the store, and the album label, and the two people behind it, and all the artists in it. I couldn't recommend this enough. Speaking about documentaries, this one is called The Last Call, about Neo. Neo was one of the clubs I used to go to here in Chicago, one of the important clubs for industrial music. You had 950, Crowbar to some degree, Exit, Neo. Great times for me as I was turning 21, hitting these places. It was just good stuff. This is the soundtrack for that Wax Trax documentary. I got the poster in a limited 7-inch because I'm a vinyl geek, of course. And another one that would kind of fit it, sort of. There wasn't a lot of punk stuff. There was a Killing Joke flyer he had with Sludgeworth, one of my favorite pop punk groups that have just got back together a year or two ago. They were opening up, so it's cool to see Sludgeworth's name on the Killing Joke flyer. But this is You Weren't There, History of Chicago Punk from 77 to 84. So it's another soundtrack vinyl and another film you should check out if you're interested in this. Well, let me know in the comments below some industrial bands that you like, and if you've gone to that museum, and if you checked it out, what you felt it was like. I strongly, A+, I would strongly recommend, even for, like I said, casual fans of that music. It's well worth a visit. So, all right, hope you liked the video, and thanks for watching.